It's a Dice Tower cruise. It's a birthday cruise. First steps onto the ship. And she has landed. She has landed. Let's take in a little bit of the Royal Promenade here. We've made it up on deck. Still a little cool, but not too bad on deck right now. Some pretty views of Port of Miami and Miami Beach out there. A lot of folks gathering here. Hello.
A bunch of people. Did a bus just drop everyone out?
I think so.
Welcome, welcome.
There's cake and people, and it is a veritable party going on right now. So here we are in Studio B, which is where they hold the ice skating events and some other events, and this is where registration's going on. I think they have gone through some cake, passing out programs and other registration goodies. It's time for our first timer meetup for the cruise. So we're gonna go and have some fun and meet some other people who are doing the Dice Tower cruise for the first time. It looks like Tom and Eric and a few of the crew are down there. I'm sure we're gonna have some sort of a presentation here. And while we are veteran cruisers, we are our first time on Dice Tower cruise, so we thought we'd attend this because it might be a good way maybe meet some other first-time cruisers and first-time Dice Tower cruisers. And who knows, maybe we'll meet some people that we'll be gaming with along the way, right?
Maybe so.
Yeah, one of the cool things is it's not just a cruise. We can do all the regular cruise things we're going to do, but if we have a few moments where we're kind of thinking, hey, what do you want to do? I don't know, what do you want to do? We can game. So we may spend a lot of time gaming, we may spend a lot of time doing just regular cruise things. We're just going to see how the mood strikes. When Mrs. Coaster here goes to bed early in the evening, I can just go gaming and play board games all night.
Know when to fold up. Can people play in the middle of the night? The only gun I need is the ace of spades. The ace of spades.
So, Dice Tower Cruise is coming to an end for us. It's the last night here. And we want to talk a little bit where we hopefully we've put some highlights before this, seen a little bit of highlights, a little bit of some of the stuff that goes on during the cruise. And we wanted to provide a little commentary review / what we thought kind of thing about the Dice Tower cruise. If you're thinking about it at some point in the future, like should we do the Dice Tower cruise? But hopefully we've given you some information to use. So first of all, did you have a good time on the Dice Tower cruise?
Had a very good time on the cruise.
Yeah, we had a great time. We like board gaming, so Dice Tower Cruise, good for that. And we like cruising.
Yes.
Also very familiar with cruising. So we are experienced cruisers. So the new first timer thing didn't feel like that applied very much to us because we are experienced cruisers. We know what to expect on the cruise. And we've been to gaming events and stuff like that. Pretty straightforward for us to jump into the events here. It wasn't anything too mysterious. If you're new to cruising, I will certainly say they did plenty of hand-holding or question answering or offered suggestions, tips, hints, anything you might need if you weren't sure what to expect. Jason, Carla, Brian, Tom, everybody at the Dice Tower did a great job of informing those who weren't as familiar with cruising what they needed to do, what to expect, and that sort of thing. What did you think of the shows?
The Dice Tower shows were fantastic. We really enjoyed those. The 2 sessions of karaoke, we've been to karaoke on cruise ships before, and they're fun and crazy, but this was a private karaoke event for Dice Tower people, so it was all people that you kind of had something in common with and had been seeing around a lot, maybe have played games with. So it was just, it just felt different. It had a different energy, and it was really cool.
Yeah, and there was a little extra silliness involved. So yeah, the karaoke stuff was fun. There were contests. The sponsors, Foam Brain, and all
Arcane
Wonders, and All Play, all gave away some things. I think All Play is actually giving away a gaming table tonight at the farewell show. We haven't been to the farewell show. We went to the opening show, which was a lot of fun. And we've taken in some of the cruising shows, not as much as we might have because we were doing gaming things, and but the cruise itself was great. We were kind of lukewarm on the ports. Nassau and Falmouth we don't really care that much about. The itinerary did change from the initial. I think we were supposed to stop in Grand Turk, and I can't remember, at Coco Key instead of Labadee. So those changed to Labadee and Nassau instead. We didn't get off in Nassau. But the good thing was we enjoy a day on the ship. We have stayed on the ship for Nassau and other places and found so much to do on the cruise ship anyway. Now on this cruise you had the board games. So anytime you were thinking, nice, we don't know what to do, just go and grab a board game and play with any of the hundreds of people anywhere on the ship.
Yeah.
The conference center was not busy in the morning and late at night. But during the day, it was packed. It was packed. So a lot of people were going either to game in the dining room. We had the dining room, I think, from 7 to 4 on deck 5. And that was great. We didn't get up to Windjammer, but they usually had like half of Windjammer when it was closed. So some people went up there. That apparently got pretty loud. But we didn't really play up there. We either played in the conference room or in the dining room.
And we also played in the library. We
did play in the library, yeah. So we never had a problem finding a place to play. Walking around, there always were flags of either people looking for players, looking for teachers, or sometimes just walk through and somebody's like, hey, you want to play this game? Wendy Yee grabbed me one night when I came there and says, hey, you want to play a quick economic card game about vegetables? Okay, sure. So I jumped in, and with four other players, 5 of us played a quick game of vegetable stock, and then later we changed that over to Scout. So it's great that you could just be sort of walking around. We snagged a couple people who were looking for a game to play, and we said, hey, we got Foundations of Rome here, want to play? Taught them the game, and we were off and running. So it's great. You have a huge library of 2,000 games. You have a ton of people who know how to play and can teach any games you don't know, and a lot of willing participants. And it was fun. We met a number of folks, quite a few new friends, people that we played games with, taught games, learned games from. So that aspect was great. It was real easy to meet new people, find a common game or want to learn something, and everybody was really friendly, right?
Yeah, it was.
Another fun thing is one of the cruise ship TV channels was devoted to the Dice Tower.
Yeah.
So basically, they just showed top 10s, some of the recent top 10s of 2022 episodes that they played.
The Winter Spectacular.
Live plays, and stuff like that. They had that playing on one of the channels. So if you didn't find something else you wanted to watch on the channels, you always had the Dice Tower top 10s going on. And it was pretty funny because one of the top 10s we were watching one morning was top 10 most thematic games, and Camilla mentioned Monsters on Board as being one of the most thematic games of the year, her number 1 choice. Said, let's play that. That looks fun. So we got that game out and played it and had a great time with it. And I got the chance to tell Camilla later that we took her up on her suggestion and really enjoyed it. So it was a lot of fun. Everybody's been super friendly, super nice. Jason's really great. Wendy and Chris Yee. I've run into them or chatted with them a couple times. They've been really fabulous. Everybody's super friendly. It's a really great experience. All right, so that said, are we going to do the Dice Tower cruise again?
I don't know.
Yes, we are going to do the Dice Tower cruise again. We debated it back and forth because this next year they're going on a bigger ship. They're back on an Oasis class ship, which is an outstanding ship. If you have not been on an Oasis class ship and you're looking to try Dice Tower cruise, we love the Oasis class ships. They are amazing ships. There is a ton of stuff to do. There are tons of food options. You throw in that there's board games and stuff in between all of that, it's a no-brainer. The Oasis class ships are fantastic, and they're awesome. This cruise, because it's an extra day, it's an Oasis class ship. It is definitely a little pricier for next year's cruise than it was this year.
Yep.
But you know, they do give a little bit of a discount if you are a returning cruiser, which is kind of nice. But wet travel was helpful along the way. It was pretty easy for us once we reserved it to select our cabin and just get everything we needed done and check in, and the pre-cruise hotel was also a lot of fun. Tons and tons of people from the cruise, hundreds of people from the cruise were there the night before. There was a big gaming party, a lot of fun on that too. But we will be going on the Dice Tower cruise again in 2024, so we're looking forward to that. Hopefully we may see some of you who are watching on the cruise. It's a great time, a lot of fun. Our cabin attendant, the bartenders, everybody was really great too.
The service was fantastic.
Yeah, just the usual cruise stuff was all wonderful. The only problem, and it's not a complaint. This is just our own little dilemma. The only issue we have is that we love cruising a lot, and we always find stuff to do. We also love the gaming events. I can play all day long if we're at a land-based Dice Tower event. So being on the Dice Tower cruise, you could do all of either one. We kind of did a little mix of both. We did a bunch of gaming, but we also did a lot of cruise stuff and skipped playing games a couple times when we could have been playing games, but we wanted to go see some shows or trivia or comedian or things like that. So that's the only issue we really have, is like there's not enough time to game the whole time and do cruise stuff the entire time.
Oh,
I know.
What a dilemma.
First world problems. We would like to do more cruising stuff, and we'd also like to play more games on the cruise.
These are survey questions that we sent out in a poll a week or two ago, and we have answers. Sometimes they're correct answers, sometimes they're not. Don't blame us, blame the internet.
I'm really thankful, seriously, that you guys came this year. It was great to meet all of you, or most of you. I try to talk to everyone if I can. Thank you guys for coming. We had a fantastic time. Be safe on your trip home tomorrow. Get good sleep tonight. Have a good night, everybody. And park your
So thanks for joining us. Like, subscribe, comment, and tell your friends. And remember, kids, have a good time all the time.